In Genesis chapter 32 verse 22-31, Jacob, on his journey, reached the ford Jabbok with his 2 wives, 2 women servants, and 11 sons. Crossing the brook, he sent his family ahead and found himself alone. In the night, he wrestled with a man until daybreak. Unable to prevail, the man touched Jacob's thigh, dislocating it. Jacob refused to release the man until he received a blessing. The man then named him Israel, signifying his power with God and men. As Jacob asked for the man's name, he blessed him, and Jacob named the place Peniel, having seen God face to face. Hosea chapter 12 verse 3-5 recounts how Jacob, even in the womb, took his brother by the heel, symbolizing his strength and power with God. Jacob's encounter at Bethel in Genesis chapter 28 verse 10-22 describes a vision of a ladder to heaven, emphasizing the transformative power of divine moments. Reflecting on Jacob's life, we learn from his journey and struggles. In the return to reconcile with his brother, Jacob faced a physical struggle with an angel, illustrating the importance of seizing divine opportunities. This narrative emphasizes the active nature of prayer and the necessity of perseverance in the face of challenges. Jacob's determination to receive a blessing, even at the cost of physical pain, teaches us about the power of persistent, earnest prayer. The wrestling match becomes a metaphor for the spiritual significance of prayer, showcasing prayer as an active and sometimes confrontational engagement. Jacob's refusal to let go until blessed exemplifies the tenacity required in our prayer lives. This encounter marked a turning point, leading to Jacob's name change from Jacob to Israel, symbolizing a shift from self-reliance to prevailing with God's strength. Encouraging believers to embrace divine opportunities, the message emphasizes that prayer changes situations, people, nations, and one's destiny. Psalm chapter 94 verse 9 reassures that God, the creator of ears and eyes, hears and sees, emphasizing that nothing escapes his notice. Believers are urged not to give up on prayer, as Jacob's persistence impacted future generations positively. Drawing parallels with Jabez's prayer in 1 Chronicles chapter 4 verse 9-10, the message underscores the importance of direct and earnest prayers. Jabez, despite his name meaning pain, sought God's blessing, enlargement, presence, and deliverance from evil. His honorable character and sincere prayer demonstrate that a life blessed by God encompasses various aspects. The combined lessons from Jacob's and Jabez's stories encourage believers to embrace divine moments, persist in earnest prayer, and trust in God's transformative power in every facet of life. Furthermore, Jacob's life serves as a testament to the enduring impact of persistent prayer on future generations. His wrestling with the angel not only secured a personal blessing but also played a crucial role in shaping the destiny of the nation of Israel. This highlights the profound influence that individual believers can have on the broader scope of history through their unwavering commitment to prayer. The analogy of wrestling with the angel underscores the spiritual warfare that prayer often involves. Believers are reminded that prayer is not a passive endeavor but an active, transformative engagement with the divine. Just as Jacob refused to let go until he received a blessing, believers are encouraged to persevere in their prayers, even when faced with challenges, doubts, or prolonged waiting periods. Jacob's limp, resulting from his encounter with the angel, symbolizes the cost of persistent prayer. It serves as a visual reminder that genuine, fervent prayer may require sacrifice and endurance. Yet, the enduring blessing and name change from Jacob to Israel signify the profound transformation that can occur through such perseverance. Incorporating the story of Jabez further reinforces the idea that simplicity and sincerity in prayer are powerful. Jabez's straightforward plea for blessing, enlargement, God's presence, and deliverance from evil exemplifies the effectiveness of heartfelt, direct communication with the divine. The fact that God granted Jabez's requests serves as a reassuring affirmation of the responsive nature of God to earnest prayers. The message resonates with believers to approach God with their desires, knowing that His transformative power can turn pain into blessing, despair into hope, and weakness into strength. The invitation is extended to believers to embrace divine opportunities, persist in prayer, and trust in the comprehensive impact of God's blessings on every aspect of their lives. Expanding on the theme of transformative prayer, these stories beckon believers to view prayer as a dynamic force capable of shaping destinies not only on an individual level but also on a communal and generational scale. Jacob's wrestling match and Jabez's heartfelt plea underscore the personal nature of prayer, demonstrating that God responds to the sincere cries of His people. The concept of wrestling with an angel suggests that prayer involves a certain level of contention, determination, and spiritual struggle. It challenges believers to confront obstacles, doubts, and even spiritual adversaries in their pursuit of divine blessings. This spiritual wrestling is a reminder that prayer is not always a serene, quiet activity. It can be intense, demanding, and require the entirety of one's being. Moreover, the physical manifestation of Jacob's struggle, the dislocated hip, symbolizes the tangible impact that persistent prayer can have on a person. It is a visible reminder that engaging with God in prayer may bring about both internal and external changes. In the case of Jacob, the limp became a lifelong reminder of the night he wrestled with God, transforming his physical condition into a testimony of his spiritual encounter. The renaming of Jacob to Israel further reinforces the transformative power of prayer. It signifies a shift in identity, reflecting a changed character and destiny. This renaming is not merely a superficial alteration but a profound redefinition of who Jacob was, marking a transition from a life of deceit and self-reliance to a life characterized by a deep dependence on God. Bringing Jabez into the narrative adds another layer to the understanding of prayer. Jabez, despite the circumstances surrounding his birth and his name, dared to ask for God's blessing and enlargement. His prayer teaches believers that they can approach God boldly, presenting their desires and seeking His favor without reservation. Jabez's honorable character, despite his challenging background, exemplifies that one's past does not limit the transformative power of prayer. In the broader context of these stories, believers are encouraged to see prayer as a potent force that not only impacts personal circumstances but also contributes to the larger tapestry of God's redemptive plan. The ripple effects of persistent and earnest prayer extend beyond the individual, influencing families, communities, and even nations. As believers embrace the transformative power of prayer, they are invited to cultivate a mindset of expectancy, recognizing that divine moments are not only to be seized but also to be created through ongoing communion with God.